Welcome back to American Agenda. The new memo seems to have come down for Democrats and mainstream media alike. J.D. Vance, he is weird. I said this yesterday on the show after reading his book, Hillbilly Elegy. His story is absolutely incredible. I don't care where you're from or who you are, or you have to appreciate what he's been through. And where he is now, I think that is just called respect. So respect to him for that. He came from nothing. He went on to serve in the Marines, graduate from Ohio State, Yale Law School, built a business, and now is Trump's running mate. He's also got a beautiful young family. And I said this to myself after finishing the book. I wondered how they were possibly going to mount an attack on him. And they came up with, he's weird. Some think tank probably got paid millions of dollars to come up with what you call each other in elementary school and in high school. That is the best that they've got. That's the best they came up with. But what's also standing out to me through all of this is if mainstream media isn't nothing more than an extension of the Democrat Party or in their pocket, how in the world did they all come up with the same talking point at the same time? We cut a montage of numerous Democrat lawmakers and then members of the media from various mainstream networks calling Vance and Republicans alike all weird. I wonder, how did they all come up to the same conclusion centered in on the word weird at the same time? It's either the biggest coincidence of all time or they're getting told what to do. Let's take a listen.
These guys are just plain weird.
They're just plain weird.
Vance has done something more extreme, more weird, more erratic.
But the Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
I don't think Kamala Harris is going to pick anyone as weird and creepy as J.D. Vance.
Deeply and profoundly weird.
A super weird idea from J.D. Vance.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's quite weird.
They are weird.
What was weird was him joking about racism today and then talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
Republicans just being weird. It's just weird. It's really weird.
They're just weird. I mean, they really are.
What's wrong with Diet Mountain Dew? They wouldn't make it if people weren't buying it. All right. It's honestly scary, I think, to hear how in lockstep the mainstream media is when Democrats, and I mean right on cue, here comes the weird attack. Honestly, I think the fact that they are all saying the same thing is weird, no? And according to some professor at one of our elite universities, this is a genius attack, he thinks. The Associated Press interviewed a strategic communication professor at GW in D.C. He said, labeling Republican comments as weird is the sort of concise take that resonates quickly with a Harris supporter. I mean, if you want to talk weird, I think there's plenty of ammo for Vance and Republicans on this one here. I'm going to take a stab at it. Let's start with this. Trans people going topless at the White House lawn. I mean, that's pretty weird. How about when a Democrat staffer filmed themselves having sex in a Capitol Hill hearing room? That's weird and insane. Or how about this one? Where people dressed up like animals and rodents to celebrate Christmas at the White House. I mean, I think that would count as pretty weird, no? Or how about this clip from Vice President Kamala Harris starting off a meeting a couple years ago with pronouns and letting everyone know where she's sitting and what she's wearing.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
The list goes on and on. I don't have time for it all, but if you really want to talk about the weirdest thing of them all, Democrats and mainstream media acted like there was nothing wrong at all with Joe Biden for years. Then they kicked him out once it was clear that he would lose, and now have propped up Kamala Harris, who hasn't received a single vote, as the Democrat nominee. And I want to remind everyone in this country, we live in a place where our politicians are supposed to be elected. I would say that is rather weird.